You're welcome back. Now, the Convention People's Party, the CPP, has initiated a fresh challenge to the proposed commercial introduction of genetically modified foods here in Ghana. Food Sovereignty Ghana, the Ghana Vegetarians Association, and the CPP are already in court seeking an injunction against the introduction of GM foods in the country. But the CPP believes no state institution has a right to commercialize GM foods here in Ghana. Lawyer for the plaintiffs, George Tetewayo, spoke to Joy News after yesterday's hearing.
The second plaintiff, that is the Convention People's Party, have indicated that they also have another dimension to the injunction. They also have something new which is not in the original injunction, and they will want the court to allow them, give them permission for them to file a supplementary affidavit putting in those important details that they have now discovered. And when it comes to the end of justice, all these things must be heard. So the court have granted the second plaintiff, which is the Convention People's Party, the chance to go and put before the court those salient issues that the first plaintiff has not earlier on raised in the initial injunction.
What are these new issues that they're raising? I
think the gravamen of the second plaintiff's supplementary affidavit to support the injunction is that the two laws, that is LI 1887, Biosafety Management and Biotechnology Regulations 2007, as well as the Biosafety Act 2011, Act 831. These two laws do not even give any authority or any institution the power to release and commercialize. You understand? LI 1887 and Act 831 give the general scope on biosafety and then regulations and management of biotechnology and all that. But the CPP is saying, or the second plaintiff is now saying, that it doesn't even give any institution the power to release and commercialize. And so they want to put that before the court. And the court thinks that if there's any other law or any other regulation or any other principle of law that indicate that this is so, then that is a good information for the court to hear, because wisdom and the law is not in one person's bosom. So the CPP must be allowed to bring those dimensions before the court. And also, secondly, the reason why I think this adjournment is prudent is that we all know that the Attorney General Department is on strike. The state attorneys are on strike, and the first, second, third, and fourth defendants are being represented or defended by the state attorney. And now that the state attorney was not in court, it was not prudent to go on. So the court has adjourned to the 22nd. By then, we hope that they will cut off their strike, call it off, and then appear before court. By then, the CPP or the second plaintiff would have also filed the supplementary affidavit to support the injunction application.
Program specialist at the United Nations Development Program is asking government to consult various stakeholders in its quest to achieve the country's development agenda. The latest from the UN is the Sustainable Development Goals, which take effect from September 25 this year. In 2013, heads of state at the United Nations General Assembly meeting accepted to replace the Millennium Development Goals, which fade out this year after a 15-year implementation period. Now, a majority of the MDGs are yet to be met by Ghana, and Caroline Amzik blames it on government's failure to use the all-encompassing approach to attain the targets.
17 goals will make up the newly introduced Sustainable Development Goals, which starts in September following the end of the Millennium Development Goals. These goals were decided on after member countries of the United Nations deliberated on how to make life better for their citizens. But with the number of the MDG targets not met, Caroline Amzik is hoping the SDGs will not die just like the MDGs. She is proposing that government rallies the support of all stakeholders, especially the media, to help meet the targets of the SDGs. Deputy Director of Environmental Policy at the National Development Planning Commission, Felix Adoyobo, revealed they are embarking on a data collation exercise to help it plan its activities well.
I think the real issue is that not that data does not exist. There is data, but then the data is not easily accessible. You'd be surprised, data sets on somebody's laptop and he goes back with it. But it's not accessible to someone else who needs the information, either for decision making or for planning, etc. With the data, we'd know where we are, would know where areas where we are not faring well, and therefore needs to improve. We know areas where we are doing well, and therefore look out for the success factors and build on those factors.
Mr. Adoyobo also asked civil society organizations to get involved in the fight to make life better for the masses.
Before we go, a community task force put in place by residents of Old Fadama here in Accra are cracking down on recalcitrant individuals who are rebuilding makeshift structures in the area. Leaders fear if they allow the reconstruction to go on, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly may descend on them once more. Let's get the very latest on this from my colleague Latif Idris, who's live on the grounds now. Latif, what's the situation there now?
Yeah, we have the community members here in Old Fadama. They've come up with a task force, and their mission is to go around the community, the nooks and crannies of Old Fadama, and what they are burning makeshift structures that are springing up in the community. Is that AMA boss Alfred Okovondapoy is likely to come back with it to demolish more buildings if they continue putting up the makeshift structures. Because I spoke with Okovondapoy, he made it clear that he has reports that some residents here are putting up concrete structures. So he's going to come back here. If that is the case, he's going to demolish those structures. Now, you know how it starts here? It starts with makeshift structures like what is happening here. They put up 2-3 pieces of wood and cover it mattress, and then next day you see it as a wooden structure. It comes up as a concrete structure. So the community members are trying to prevent, and so going around this morning and burning down those structures in the community section.
Thank you very much, Latif Idris, and I must say that I will be bringing you much more on this particular event at midday. That's at 12 o'clock, but time now for me to wrap up the bulletin for this. My name is Kobna Chinchay. For more news, do all to log on to myjohnline.com. But do stay on. Ifwa Akwa Harrison comes up next with Joy News Interactive.